So Benevity is basically a software as a service organization. They come in and they help these large companies that have charitable match programs. So, we laud companies that are generous, and they have these employee match programs where if you give $1 to a charity, you can get the company to match it, usually 1-for-1. So that's a great program. Problem is, they say, well, we don't know how to manage all of this. So they bring in Benevity, and Benevity sets up the program and the software, and there's a portal that employees can go in and they can put their receipts in there and try to get the match. That all sounds good and fine until we discovered that Benevity is using the Southern Poverty Law Center's hate map and hate list to filter out worthwhile organizations. I mean, the Southern Poverty Law Center, which has been in the news recently because they're under federal indictment, we've known for a long time that this was just a smear organization, and that their hate list, which they describe as, well, these are all the organizations that foment hate. No, the hate list is all the organizations that they hate because they stand for Christian and conservative values. And then that they show up in their filter, and Benevity adopts the SPLC hate list as a filter for these companies. And some of the companies we've talked to were unaware that the SPLC filter was actually built into the Benevity framework. And then when they confronted them, they said, oh, yeah, it's in there, but it's, we can turn the filter off. But the default was turned on. Now, Benevity has tried to backwalk on this and say, well, no, it's not on anymore. It's not the default anymore. You have to flip it on. Shouldn't be in there at all. It's been so discredited. The SPLC is paying folks in white supremacist groups to stir up trouble, like the Charlottesville thing, and then they're raising money off it. And so, it's absolutely discredited. And so we wrote letters to over 200 companies, hard copy letters and emails, as well as to Benevity, and saying, Benevity, you've been on notice. We wrote to you about this last year. Now they're under indictment. It is time for you to separate from the Southern Poverty Law Center. Come out publicly, and come out quickly, and come out absolutely unquestionably against using the SPLC list, because we knew the groups that were being excluded, groups like Turning Point USA, focus on the families on their list. So what does that do to all of those employees, those Christian employees, those conservative employees that want to give to their groups, and they can't because they're on the naughty list? So that's why Benevity is so important, and employees need to find out if they're, they'll know because they have to log into the Benevity portal. If they're using this, they need to go talk to their company and say, you need to be aware that Benevity is using this filter. You need to tell Benevity to stop doing this. Get it out. Not just turn off the filter. Get it out of their software entirely.